An inquiry into the Salisbury poisonings has heard from medics who attended to the Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter. The pair fell ill after being exposed to the deadly nerve agent Novichok. It was months later when the substance killed Dawn Sturgis, on whom this inquiry is focused. Martha Fairley is in central London for us this lunchtime. And Martha, what have we heard today?
Well, the inquiry heard from Helen Ord, a paediatric registrar at the time, who'd been shopping and was one of the first to help Sergei and Yulia Skripal. Sergei was sitting bolt upright on a bench near the Malting shopping centre, staring into space. His mouth was moving, chanting unintelligible words. And she said Yulia had one arm hooked over the bench, her legs outstretched, and was fitting. Her eyes were rolled back in her head. She'd lost control of her bodily functions and was foaming at the mouth. She performed a jaw thrust on Yulia to maintain her airways, saying it felt like 30 minutes before an ambulance arrived, and she was worried Yulia would have a cardiac arrest. She said Sergei started vomiting, but what was peculiar was he didn't react. She suspected poisoning because he was vomiting, and it was unusual for two people to be unwell at the same time. Afterwards, the police contacted her, saying they thought the Skripals might have overdosed on fentanyl and she should throw away her clothes, which she thought was odd. The inquiry also heard written evidence from Alison McCourt, who was the British Army's chief nursing officer at the time. On a family day out, her daughter spotted Sergei having what she thought was a stroke, and although she was wary to get involved, she went to help. Her involvement became public 10 months later when her daughter won a local hero competition, which led to speculation, including in a document from the Russian embassy, over whether her presence there was a coincidence. In a statement, she said, had she known a nerve agent had been used, she wouldn't have exposed herself or her daughter to that risk. She said her involvement was as a first responder and had no connection to her professional role. Any suggestion to the contrary is false and malicious. 6 years later, Alison McCourt is still receiving medical treatment to mitigate the harm to her health.
OK, Martha, thank you.